We're going to create a soft glam makeup look for work where I take you from this to this. Let's get into it. So this is the look we're actually going to be creating today. I'm just starting with my custom palette. I'm going to go and do a little bit of color correcting. So if you're one that has dark under eye circles, some imperfections, maybe some dark spots, you definitely want to go ahead and color correct. I'm doing the two-step method today where I go in with my lip and cheek color correct first, and then I'll go on top with one of my darker highlights. This will allow me to be able to go ahead and make sure I'm getting the most kind of coverage and that shadows and darkness is not going to go ahead and try to shine through my makeup look at the end. I also find in doing a makeup look like this for work or professional type makeup work, something for my corporate ladies, you want to make sure that you still look kind of natural all at the same time. This part, I'm going in to go ahead and put my brightening highlight here. Now remember, you can always mix your brightening highlight, and when you're mixing it, you want to mix it with a color that you've probably been matched to, and then you can also go ahead and mix it with a lighter color. It goes in the center of the face and outer and inner corner of the eyes. Next, we're applying the main highlight. This is the color that's closest to your skin tone, and you can mix your darker highlights together to get the right combination, which is why I love this product. Now, I'm applying the makeup today with my fingers. This is another method of how I like to apply it, like just with taking the contour and putting it on the highest points of the face or the places where I have the most face or biggest forehead, which is my entire forehead, and then we go above the hollow of the cheek on the cheekbone, because once we blend it, it's going to blend upward and outward and blend out. Now just to make sure I'm a little bit more precise with the nose, I'm using the bright brush to go ahead and apply for my nose contour. Now here I'm brushing it kind of up to follow my brow line as my guide here. That is one of the techniques I love to be able to do so you get it on point. Next, we're going to mix some lip and cheek colors. Combinations is key. Don't be afraid of the colors being too bright. Here, we're taking Ducky and then a little bit of Cindy and mixing those together for our combination today. I'm going to use this setting spray by Charlotte Tilbury. This is going to give me like a semi-dewy type of finish since my skin is oily, which I don't mind. I like to be a little bit dewy or have a satin finish. And then with the shape brush, this is the brush I'm blending it out. Now this type of brush is semi-dense, so using this brush is going to give me a kind of light to medium, probably more on the medium side of coverage if I'm doing the brush method. But since I'm placing the product already on my face with my fingers, or if you do the dot method, then you're going to get a little bit lighter of a coverage, which I love because that means you can go ahead and have the type of coverage that you want and not have to be worried about switching your product. You really get to learn your face. So as you're blending, you want to make sure you start blending from light to dark first in a tap-in motion, and then you can start to go ahead and blend the darker colors. When I get to the forehead, I do kind of like tap and blend it going up. And what this does is it just allows you to go ahead and kind of feather the product on and to make sure it looks nice and soft and that everything looks kind of blended together. Now, when I go into the cheek line, I like to just make sure that everything is nice and blended, and I just blend it all together. The contour and the blushes, I just blend them in the angle that I want my blush to kind of lay to give me a little bit of lift, but I do like to blend it out on the high point or the high ball of the cheek as well, because it gives you a little bit of a softness, and then just making sure I blend that contour in. Now at this point, when everything's mostly blended, is when I can go back in and apply a little bit of product where I think I need some more. And that is what you want to do. You never want to apply too much product in the very beginning, because if you do, then that's a lot of product to kind of work with. You can always apply more later on after you have the base kind of blended out. You also want to remember that you can always mist your face or your brush lightly with a little bit of setting spray to go ahead and make sure that you're getting the blend in well, and it kind of helps you to lock in your product. Now what I just did here was just softly kind of blend out the nose area, and then I can always apply a little bit more product if I need to. That was a little too much, but hey, we're going to work with it. It's okay. And we're just going to not apply anymore and just softly tap and blend out the product on the face to make sure that we're getting the blend that we want. Now, this is one of the things that I have clients do all the time when they're applying their products. So I'm glad I actually did do it in this video just so that you can see. You can layer on your product like I'm layering on the blush right now. I always do that, and I encourage you to do that throughout your makeup routine, especially at the end when you're setting. But you see how under the eyes, I left it unblended so that you can go ahead and see. But if you're applying product, you see how it can build up and give coverage. You really don't need that much coverage, and it's a lot of product that you could end up putting on the face by accident. So if you're constantly tapping in the very same area and you're not tapping and blending and warming that product and moving it around in surrounding areas on the face, it is going to hold the pigment and the color, which is amazing. And it is so great. And I love this product for that. And then you can actually see how this product can show up and blend out. But you do not have to do that. So 9 times out of 10, if you just remember, when it comes to your face colors, your brightening highlights and your highlight, possibly even your contour, you want those to show up very light on the face. So just remember, rule of thumb, if it is the same exact color on your face that it is in the 10 or close to it, you've applied way too much product. But it can be saved, just like you see right here, as I'm blending everything out and everything looks nice and smooth. So once you blend your product, you put everything on, make sure you're tapping and blending around the area, not just in one specific spot, because that's actually how you put on makeup, by stippling and tapping on the product. Now it's time to do some eyeshadow. We're gonna keep it simple. I'm using a transition shade. This is a little bit darker than my skin tone in the shade Bubba. I'm creating like a crease using the occipital bone of the eye. That is like the bone part, the bone structure and encasing of your eye. That is the guide that I'm actually following. It's like right below kind of your brow bone. You can feel it if you touch it. And that's what I'm using this shade to go and kind of carve that out, just to give me shape when it comes to my eyeshadow look today. Next, I'm going to go in with a darker shade. This is in the shade Cocoa, and I'm using just like a card, and I'm just going and winging that out on the sides for definition. And then on my finger, using a little bit of hot chocolate, it has shimmer, it's not sparkle or glitter, and just tapping that on. It looks so pretty. Then I just grab that same brush that I used my transition shade with and kind of blend everything out. Now it's time to add a little bit of wing eyeliner. This is the Roller Liner by Benefix Cosmetics. I love this eyeliner. I am still stuck on it. I will love a good wing. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop it on very quickly. Let me know in the comments if you want me to show you actually how to put on eyeliner. It is something that you just have to practice and just get your angle right and try not to hold it steady. I just kind of swipe and go and put it on. Next, I'm going in with the shade Brownie. This is a lip pencil. It's a jumbo lip pencil that you can also use as a bronzer. You can use it to contour with. You can also use it as an eyeshadow base. It just depends on the shade that you actually choose and when you're using it. But I absolutely do love these and recommend them. Then I just go ahead and put a little bit more of the lip and cheek combination on my lips, and then I will add a little bit of a gloss as well, just to make sure I kind of melt everything together and make sure that all of your lines around your lip lines are nice and softly blended out. Now, when it comes to having acne, spots, or hyperpigmentation on your face, you can control that by just tapping the color or shade combination that you need that's in that quadrant or in that space of your face where you know the colors go, and tapping it on just like I do. Keep it simple, don't overcomplicate it. Now, I'm one that always likes to take a good look at my face to see what else is needed. Do I want more blush? Of course, you can never have enough blush. I'm a blusher. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you are too. But I like to have a lot of blush. Even though this is cream, you can layer the products add different color combinations, learn to mix and match your colors to figure out that, hey, I love this color today, and how you can change things and make things so simple yet different, all with the same colors, even if you're using the same palette combination every single day. Now, what you can do is what I just did is I pinched the brush and applied a little bit of the product just so that I can have it a little bit more narrow on the face to go ahead and create the lift on the back end. And then here, I'm just going back in with the bright brush, going up and down the nose, just to go ahead and give a little bit more definition to the contour on the nose. But be careful of that, because if you apply too much, it'll look like you have like a dirt mark or a dirt line going down your nose, and we want to keep that soft. Now, going in with a little bit of powder, I'm just going to go ahead and set it and kind of leave it there and kind of bake. All the products that I'm using today are down in the comment section and the description. You can go ahead and get and shop those products. This powder, I love it. It does come in different shades. I do use the translucent one and love it. It's one of the best powders that I've ever used, and I haven't really found anything that's better. If you worry about marionette lines, make sure you do the blowfish face like you just saw me do, and then go ahead and set your lines. That way you're not setting the creases, okay? And if you're not doing skin prep, I challenge you to go ahead and do your skin prep, because it's going to make the biggest difference when it comes to your makeup look. Now, when it comes to the brows, I do like to just go in and do my brows. They are microbladed, and I clean them off first, and then I'm going to go in and create little hair-like strokes when it comes to my brow. I usually start in the middle, and then I kind of work my way to the ends, and then I'll come back in the very center. I do this because I want to make sure I get the nice rhythm going with the nice little strokes and creating the hair-like movements so that I have it there. But it also is going to guarantee, if I do go ahead and kind of mess up, that it's not going to matter, because it's in the middle of my brow and not very in the center that's near my nose. And then I'll just go ahead and do the same exact thing on the other side. And I love the Judy Doll Slim Liner because it is looking like paper thin whenever you go ahead and you use this. And I just go ahead and take my time. But that is the key, is to make sure that when you are doing it, you kind of start in the middle or around your arch area, go to the very ends, and then come back to center, and you can go ahead and do that dead last, because by then you've already got the rhythm down and everything should be looking really good. Plus, you're teaching yourself to have a very light hand, and you don't want to press, because if you press, then it's going to make the line look definitely thicker, and we don't want that. Make sure that you also, recommendation, whenever you store this and put it away, store it upside down and always shake it, because the product is in there. If you're storing it and just leaving it out with all your other pencils and then you pick it up and it seems like it's dry, it's really not. And so next, the only thing I'm going to do is go in and apply my eyeshadow. I must have like cut out the video or something when applying this. Let me know if you want me to actually show you how to go ahead and do the eyeshadow. I'm not really sure what happened. It was probably my camera, but I can go ahead and redo this actual makeup look or the eyeshadow look, because this one is stunning and I absolutely love it. Next, we're going to go ahead and just tap out and blend the powder. I just tap it out, blend it out all over my face. Just remember, at this point, I probably used my setting spray 2 or 3 times, because I like to make sure that it helps give me a flawless look. It helps my product to blend out properly, and then it also helps my product to lay really nicely. So that's why you always want to be making sure you're using your setting spray like breakfast, lunch, and dinner before you start your makeup routine, during your makeup routine, and then definitely at the very end. So next, what we're going to do is use a little bit of illuminator and put that on. And I usually just put it on the bridge of the nose, the tip of the nose. I might do the cheekbones. I might do the brow bone, but in this video, I didn't do that. Just know that's where your illuminator can actually go. Remember, it's okay to go back, look at the face, see wherever else you need to place any more product like I just did with the blush. It's okay. Now we're gonna go in with a little bit of bronzer. Using the bronzer and the blush and bronzer brush, I squeeze the biggest in and kind of fan it out. And I just love bronzer. It's that missing piece that kind of really pulls everything together to give you a little bit of warmth. It shouldn't be overtaking your makeup look. Because this is a makeup look for work or professional type of makeup look, and we want it to be a little bit polished, we want to be between over the top but not really, we want to look like we are serving, right? We don't need to look like we're going to a party when we're going to work, okay? As a corporate girly, yes, we want to look put together. This is a beautiful makeup look that does not require a lot, and it looks effortless. If you're one that wants to just skip the eyeliner and just go ahead and put on your lashes or just do mascara like I like to do, it's perfect. You don't have to do eyeliner, but the simplicity of it just gives the definition of face card. Now remember, I'm a mascara girly and I do love this Maybelline Bubble Colossal. I think it works so well. I might not like the packaging because it's not like high-end looking, but I definitely do love the formula of this one. Now, when you are doing a makeup look for work, if you're wearing mascara, you don't want to use a mascara that's going to smudge or run. This is a really good one to use. If you're one that is wearing lashes and you're doing a beautiful and cute like makeup work look for work, you do not want to have thick, bold lashes on. I am going to encourage you that if you are a lash girl to invest in some more natural looking lashes. You can layer your lash, but I would definitely go ahead and look into doing like a half lash. You don't have to buy individual lashes or lash clusters. You can just buy the strip lashes and kind of cut them and put them on the end, and then you can cluster them together, which is layer one on top of the other after you put one layer down, let it dry, and then the next. I don't want to do any of that. I have used a serum for my lashes. I'll make sure that is linked for you as well. You can get 20% off of that. But I thought it was better for me to go ahead and invest in growing out my lashes so that I can just wear mascara, because I do feel that mascara just looks a lot more effortless. It looks more classy and put together. And that is also one less thing that I have to worry about when it comes to doing my makeup look, is having lashes. Do they look right? Are they going to fall off? And I've had too many pictures where I've looked crazy and looked at my pictures from the past and was like, what was I thinking? So no, I will always be a mascara girly all of the way. Here in this community, we want to make sure that we're sharing with each other all the tips and things that we love so that we can all go ahead and class up. To comment match down below so I can get you your custom signature makeup palette. And that is it. This is what completes the look. It's the perfect makeup look for work, and it's just that corporate girly look. You can skip the eyeliner, but I'm in love with it. Remember, just comment match down below and I will get you all set.